The Londonpreneur Show with Michelle Carter.
Welcome to another episode of the Londonpreneur Show, almost down to 100 episodes. This is episode number 96. My guest is Ange Wencel. Her business is Visions Graphic Design by Ange. Welcome.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
So what gets you out of bed in the morning?
Definitely my kids. I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. So once they're up, it's, the whole house is up. So definitely a lot to do and busy with the kids as well. So
when did you decide to make a graphic design business?
I was on maternity leave with my second son and my second child. And I decided, I just kind of started doing a little bit of graphic design freelance work on the side to make a little bit of extra cash. And I noticed that there seemed to be a great need for it, and word of mouth kind of got around, and I decided that I just needed to do this full time, and so I've been doing it ever since.
And I've seen a lot of your work around town. I must say it's amazing work from what I've seen. How many conferences have you designed the booklets for now?
I've done a few. Ignite for the mompreneurs is one of the big ones that I've done. And also Women in Business, their conference as well. Mm-hmm. And
you did a Little Black Dress Affair.
Yes, I did that charity event, and it was definitely an awesome event to go to, the Little Black Dress and Black Tie Affair, in support of the good charities around London. I love to support
for that one.
Yes. So
what other kinds of works have you done recently?
I've done a lot of logo designs and business materials, marketing materials, and that sort of thing for businesses. I like to help out a lot of startup businesses. People are just getting started, and my services aren't going to break the bank, and I want to keep it still affordable for people that are just starting out that may not necessarily have a lot of money in the budget for marketing, but branding is so important. Excuse me. Branding is so important, and I think it gets overlooked by a lot of people because they think they can do it themselves. So,
or they want to do it themselves because they're creative. They just may not have the tools or the expertise to get that
exactly
out there.
Yeah, exactly. So I love to work with my clients and kind of ask them, even describing words like, whimsical or edgy or this or that, and if I can just kind of get a vision inside their brain of what they're going for, then it definitely helps the creative process.
Mm-hmm. So what does a logo cost these days?
I charge $50 an hour. So a logo takes anywhere from, I would say, 2 hours to,
depending
6 hours, depending
on how many edits or how picky the customer can be.
Yeah, for sure. I would definitely recommend knowing what you want before contacting someone to get a logo design. It cuts down on the time it takes to design the logo for sure, and the revisions, there won't be as many if you know what you want.
Yeah, so there's savings there if there's not as many revisions.
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
So what do you like best about being an entrepreneur?
I love the ability to be able to be at home with my kids. My daughter just started JK, and I have a 2-year-old at home, so he's really busy, and it's fun just being able to watch him grow and be there along the way as he does it, rather than having a daycare provider and that kind of thing, and being able to walk my daughter to school and all that fun stuff. And then I get to kind of pick and choose my hours. So it's definitely helped a lot with having young kids.
And how many hours do you roughly put in a week, do you think?
It varies. I work a lot of late nights.
I bet.
I've been called the graphic design fairy before because people give me their jobs, and then when they open their email in the morning, they have a proof there. So it's definitely a lot of late nights and then early mornings with the kids. So, but that's not going to last forever. So I count on that.
What do you think has been the best marketing strategy you've used for your business here in London?
I would say just getting out there and networking. And word of mouth is definitely, I mean, if you do great work, people are going to come back. And if your prices are reasonable for what people can afford, then they'll definitely come back as well. So I would say networking is very key.
Yeah, especially in the creative industry. Definitely needs that. So where would you like your business to be 5 years from now?
I would definitely like to have an office outside of my house in order to meet with clients and that kind of thing. It's nice to keep business and personal separate as you can, but I would like to be able to offer print services in the future, possibly as well. So it's definitely the direction I'm headed, but for now I'm happy, where I'm at in the journey so far.
Tell me a bit more about you yourself. Do you have any hobbies?
I love to scrapbook. I do a lot of scrapbooking, and I do it digitally, of course. So I do a lot of that. Just hanging out with my kids, really, like playing and going for walks, taking them to the park, in the library, and family is huge to me. So I like to spend a lot of time with my family.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Where can we find more information about you?
You can visit my website at www.visionsbyange.com, and you can also find me on Facebook.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much for listening and watching this week's episode. Be sure to check out this shirt that I'll be having for sale on londonpreneurs.ca. As well, subscribe to us as iTunes and Stitcher Radio, and we'll see you soon.